In the next two examples, we want to use the given data to construct power models. Keep in mind that a power model is just a single-term polynomial, or a monomial, of the form ax to the n power. So we'll have some factor, some coefficient in front of our variable, and some power that x is being raised to. For a power function, that will be the entire expression. Switching over to Desmos, we can add a table and then begin inputting the values that were given. In this case, the first two would be 33 and 25.4. I'm going to go ahead and pause to enter in the rest of this data, and then we'll look at how we construct that power model. With all that data entered in, now we can construct our model by typing in y1 and then using the tilde symbol, typing a x1 to the n power. Desmos will automatically generate our values for a and n that give us that model of best fit, and then we can adjust our viewing window to actually see those points in line with our model. So what we end up with in this case is the model y equals ax to the n power, where a is equal to approximately 0.043x to the 1.793 power. In example 4, we want to complete a very similar problem, but we're given some slightly different data here. And then in part C, we're going to have an additional question where we're asked to predict the number of barrels of crude oil in 2042. Before we get started, we want to notice that the information in part A is telling us to create a scatter plot with x equal to the number of years since 2000. So in order to adjust our given information for that, when we input information into Desmos, we're going to change these values to 10, 14, 18, 22, 26, and 30 to reflect the number of years since 2000. I'm going to go ahead and pause again to update my information so that we can carry out the rest of this problem. With my table updated, we can see our scatter plot created automatically, and we can again enter that model that we want to construct, something of the form a times x to the n power, where we're making a point to input x1 and y1 so that we're referencing the columns in this table we've created. And we again generate those values for a and n that gives us the model that best fits our data. That means in this case our power function will be approximately y equals 1.414x to the 0.144. In part C, we're asked to use that power model to predict the number of barrels of crude oil in 2042. This corresponds to a value of x equals 42, meaning what we want to do is evaluate that model that we constructed at x equals 42. So typing this information into Desmos or into a calculator would give us a value of approximately 2.42. And again, what we're doing in a problem like this is using this data, which is projected out to 2030, to make an even more distant projection to see what how many barrels of crude oil will be getting produced in the year 2042.